So now that PSG has finally won the Champions League, it's important to look at this quote once more. Something he said about Kylian Mbappe at the beginning of the season. He said, "I still think we are better in attack and defense without Kylian Mbappe." And it's obvious, we've seen it all through the season. The team has worked as a team and not just a bunch of individuals, a bunch of talents who were put together to perform. We've seen this very clear all through the season. PSG have been fantastic. We saw how they played in the Champions League. I mean, in the league, they always dominate. But in the Champions League, they took down the English teams, Aston Villa, Liverpool, and even Arsenal. And we saw how they dismantled Inter Milan in the finals. A team with a bunch of talented individuals who are willing to work together instead of being individualistic. And it's really clear he needed players to defend and attack, and he wasn't getting that from Kylian Mbappe. Remember, the same PSG side had a plethora of stars: Messi, Neymar, Mbappe at some point, but still couldn't achieve this. But now they've been able to achieve this with a bunch of young stars. Yes, young stars willing to fight themselves, fight for the team, to ensure that they win in the end. So, I mean, just look at how the game went down yesterday. Desire Doue, fine player, young star, worked so hard. Kvaratskhelia, you could see how he was battling. Sometimes he had to run through the pitch to stop the attack. When Inter Milan were trying to attack, he ran, showed his vigor, showed all he had. And it was really visible. Achraf Hakimi giving his all. That's what he was talking about here. And it was obvious he wasn't getting that from Kylian Mbappe. As good as he is, he really wasn't getting that. And I must tell you, he's been able to turn this team around. PSG are so happy. Finally, they've won the Champions League after losing out the last time. So congratulations once more to PSG and their fans. What a season they've had. Dominated the Ligue 1, and they are now the champions of Europe. And who knows, one of their stars could actually win the Ballon d'Or. Yes, Dembele, who had 2 assists yesterday, is primed to actually be among the top players who could win the Ballon d'Or. What a season. What a guy. Luis Enrique now joins the rank of managers like Pep Guardiola, who have won a treble. What a season. Congratulations once more to Paris Saint-Germain and Luis Enrique. I'm really so excited for them. Really glad that they've gotten to this point. A lot of persons never felt that they would get here, but they are now. And remember, there's also a record that says that anytime a team gets to the Champions League final and it holds in the Allianz Arena, yes, in Bayern, a new team always wins. And the moment I saw Inter Milan were going to play PSG, I had a feeling that PSG were going to win. Remember, this year has also been the year for the underdogs. A lot of underdogs have won. We saw a lot of that in the Premier League. We've seen it all around Europe. And PSG, who to me were underdogs here, playing against an Inter Milan side who had won the Champions League 3 times. It was going to happen at some point. So once more, congratulations, PSG. They are champions in Europe. What a season.